In this video, we are going to build an ultra-premium, interactive exploding share button cluster, featuring a smooth mechanical burst animation using only pure HTML and CSS. Let's design an advanced micro-interaction component for social sharing. We will code this floating multi-tiered interface component step by step, setting up our peripheral child nodes silently behind our main element container on initial page load. Using creative coordinate mapping vectors and individual sequential transition delays, we will create a mechanical popping layout engine that blasts 4 distinct social sharing anchors outwards into perfectly balanced radial quadrants, the exact millisecond a user hovers over our trigger asset. Let's jump straight inside our visible presentation workspace using the body tag. First, we add div class share cluster. This serves as our absolute positioning boundary cell, anchoring our center control point and holding all our peripheral items together. Inside it, we add our central toggle anchor by opening a button class main-trigger aria label share options menu. To draw a native share node network inside our button without relying on an external icon font system, we open a div class share-icon. Inside the icon wrapper, we embed 3 single structural div nodes by writing out div class node n1, div class node n2, and div class node n3, and then close our icon container and main trigger button block using their matching closing tags. Directly underneath our main trigger node, we stack our 4 individual peripheral sharing channels using standard hyperlink anchors. We type a href hash class btnx-tw title share on x, holding the string text x. Next, we write a href hash class btnfb title share on Facebook, holding the letter f. Then we write a href hash class btnli title share on LinkedIn, holding the letters in. Finally, we write a href hash class btnwa title share on WhatsApp, holding the letters wa, followed by our closing container div tag. Now let's scroll right back up inside our empty style tags and write out our custom styling sheets line by line. We clear out native browser layouts globally by opening a wildcard asterisk selector, setting box sizing border box, margin 0 and padding 0 to preserve exact sizing math. Next, we target our viewport container using the body selector. We specify min height 100 VH. To cover the full screen height, turn our canvas into a flex container using display flex, and center our project completely dead center using justify content center, and align items center. We set our color landscape tone using background color hash OF172A to fill our backdrop with a dark slate tint, and apply font family system -UI -apple system sans serif before closing the bracket. Next, let's format our relative cell anchor using .share -cluster. We anchor our structural calculations using position relative, size the boundary footprint with width 60 pixels and height 60 pixels, and ensure inner components flex center using display flex, justify content center, and align items center. Let's apply common reset blueprints to our hidden peripheral nodes using the class .btn. We write position absolute to layer them directly behind our trigger button, size them down slightly using width 50 pixels and height 50 pixels, and turn them into perfect circles using border radius 50%. We strip defaults with border none and outline none, arrange inner text layout using display flex, justify content center, and align items center. Set cursor pathways with cursor pointer, and color text content with color hash FFFFFF. We remove text underlines with text decoration none, give font mass using font weight bold, and size of 14 pixels, and cast depth drops with box shadow 0, 4 pixels, 10 pixels, RGBA, 0, 0, 0, 0.3. Now for our structural mechanical pop. We write transition, transform 0.4 seconds cubic-bezier, 0.175, 0.885, 0.32, 1.275, opacity 0.3 seconds ease, box shadow 0.2 seconds ease. This specific cubic-bezier profile gives our nodes an elastic, bouncy, spring behavior. We write z-index 1 to slide them behind our main block, hide them instantly from view using opacity 0, and scale them down to a tight dot using transform scale 0.3. To create a micro hover pop on individual social nodes, we write .btn:hover, box shadow 0015 pixels RGBA, 255, 255, 255, 0.2. Transform scale 1.1 exclamation important. Let's paint our individual brand profiles. We write .x-tw, background color #000000, border 1 pixel solid #334155, .fb, background color #1877f2, .li, background color #0A66C2.WA, a background color #25D366. Now let's style our primary control node button using .main-trigger. We specify width 60 pixels, height 60 pixels, and border radius 50% to make it slightly larger than the child nodes, and paint its surface using a beautiful modern indigo gradient, rule background linear gradient. 135 degrees, #6366F10%, #4F46E5100%. We set color #FFFFFF and border, none. Layout inner assets via display flex, justify content center and align items center, change clicks via cursor pointer, and elevate its frame depth aggressively using box shadow 06 pixels 15 pixels RGBA, 79, 70, 229, 0.4. Crucially, we write z-index 2 to force it to sit permanently on top of the hidden buttons and append smooth transition lines via transition transform seconds, cubic-bezier, 0.40, 0.2, 1. Background color 0.3 seconds ease. Let's align our custom vector lines using .share-icon. We set width 18 pixels, height 18 pixels, position relative, and add transition transform 0.4 seconds ease. We draw our upper and lower linking bars using pseudo selectors .share-icon : before, .share-icon : after. We state content empty, position absolute, width 12 pixels, height 2 pixels, and let's forget on any stately mopus from the cont. Background color #FFFFFF, and align positions with left 3 pixels. We tilt our top link line using .share-icon : before top 5 pixels. Transform rotate -30 degrees, and mirror our bottom link line using .share-icon : after bottom 5 pixels. Transform rotate 30 degrees. Let's format our 3 icon layout dots using .node. We write position absolute, width 6 pixels, height 6 pixels, background color #FFFFFF, and border radius 50%. We place our dots into precise corners using .n1 top 0, right 0, .n2 top 6 pixels, left 0, and .n3 bottom 0, right 0. Now for the ultimate pure CSS explosion engine. We animate our main button click state on hover using .share- cluster, hover dot, main trigger, transform, scale, 0.95. Background, #4338CA, compressing the trigger subtly. We rotate our internal node structure a full circle on hover, using .share-cluster, hover.share-icon transform, rotate, 360 degrees. We instantly fade our social buttons into view on hover, using .share-cluster, hover.btn, opacity 1. Now, we blast our individual nodes into opposite coordinate vectors using exact translate coordinates and sequential delay staggers to create a cascade effect. For our top left vector, we write .share-cluster, hover.x-tw, transform, translate, -55 pixels, -55 pixels, scale 1. Transition delay 0.02 seconds. For our top right vector, we write .share-cluster, hover.fb transform, translate 55 pixels, -55 pixels, scale 1. Transition delay 0.06 seconds. For our bottom left vector, we write .share-cluster, hover.li transform, translate -55 pixels, 55 pixels, scale 1, transition delay 0.1 seconds. For our bottom right vector, we write .share-cluster, hover.wa, transform, translate, 55 pixels, 55 pixels, scale 1, transition delay 0.14 seconds, completing our layout sheets. Look at the screen now. Our indigo share trigger button floats smoothly on our slate canvas. The exact millisecond your mouse hovers over the cluster container, the main button scales down subtly like a mechanical switch. Our inner share node icon spins a full 360 degrees, and our 4 hidden social icons explode outwards into clean quadrant coordinates with a bouncy elastic spring effect. Thanks for watching. If you found this real-time build helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. See you next time.